Hello guys, this is Becca and Macy. She's wanting me to throw her toy. Excuse me. I just finished eating and you know how that goes. I have to get rid of a little bit of air. Oh, Macy bumped the tripod. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Miss Macy, you bumped the tripod. You trumped the bipod. Oh, that's funny. Looks like it's going to be one of those days. I've been very sensitive to noise this morning, so fibro must be working a little bit. Oh, but that's okay. We'll get through it. We'll get through it. Well, I am Becca, in case you're new to my channel. I am Becca, and on Saturdays, I try to do this video that I call Rocking with Becca. In this video, I show you the baby of the day. I do a shout out to a channel that is under 1,000 subscribers. And I do a topic or whatever, however you want to put it. I've also been incorporating, I'll go back to the topic in a minute. I've been incorporating in my Saturdays, the times that I can, Small Dolls and Stuffy Saturday, which is a collab that Alicia from Binkies and Blankies Nursery, she hosts. And what that is you share your small dolls that's 18 inches or under, and your stuffies. Now, your stuffies can be any size. They can be huge, they can be small, they can be anywhere in between. So it just gives us an opportunity to share our, dolls and stuffies that we normally wouldn't share on a video, doing our reborn videos. And so, yeah, the topic, either I talk on something, like a certain topic that's, that I have to talk on, or I give you an update on myself, or I, answer questions, or whatever. Just something that we can chat about. My Rocking with Becca videos are usually kind of lengthy. And occasionally I do put up a different type video. What I mean, other than the Rocking with Becca that's kind of long. But mostly my other videos are under 30 minutes. Where Rocking with Becca is closer to an hour or over an hour. I try to make it interesting to hold your attention, but just like anything else, I'm sure sometimes I get boring. I'm sure I get boring sometimes. I try not to, but I'm sure I do. Right now would be a good time to pause the video. Go grab you something to drink. I've got a good hot cup of coffee. And I like my coffee in the morning time. I like my coffee anytime, but especially the morning time. I love my coffee in the morning time. And so, another thing you will find if you're new to my channel is I do a lot of yawning. I was wondering, I didn't rest real well last night. I mean, it wasn't just a bad night, but it was like I couldn't relax my body or my mind, and I kept waking up. It took me a while to get to sleep. And I couldn't figure out why am I having, why is this happening? It does happen occasionally. I went to take my medicine this morning, and there was my medicine that I take when I go to bed at night, which was 2 of my sugar pills that I missed, and my medicine that helps me to relax and get off to sleep. And I was wondering why I didn't rest very well last night. Well, I found out why. I didn't take my medicine. So I'd probably be yawning. I can't say that I'm sleepy. I'm just tired. I feel exhausted. And when I get that way, I get to yawning a lot. I probably couldn't go to sleep if I laid back in my chair to go to sleep. Probably couldn't go to sleep. But I do yawn. So please forgive me. I'm not going to say excuse me every time I yawn. I will try to cover my mouth so you won't see down my throat. But I'm not going to take the time to say excuse me every time, because sometimes that would be every other breath, just about it. But that is what Rocking with Becca is all about. So I want to say welcome to my new subbies. Thank you so much for subbing to my channel. I hope you enjoy my content. I hope you will come back often and see what's going on. And I just love my babies. I just love my babies. And you know what? I forgot to get a baby. Well, I guess you could call it a baby, that I want to share with you later on when I do the small dolls and stuffies. And I will get it in a minute when I go to lay Bree down. So let's get right into the baby of the day. This is Mama's baby of the day. I'm also going to be doing feature doll today. I'll be adding that hashtag in to my videos. What I'm doing is I've had dolls, go out and come in, and so kind of had new additions and things like that. So what I'm doing is going through all of my doll papers, and if a doll doesn't have a birth certificate, I want to make up one for that doll. So I will have papers and all the information that I need. I hope I can find everybody's information that doesn't have a birth certificate. I know some don't have birth certificates. Some didn't come with COAs and stuff like that. So I'm hoping I can, find everybody's information. But I'm wanting to update my papers, and in doing so, I'm doing what I call featured dolls, because every doll that I share with you, between the time I started it, a week or so, well, probably a month now back, until I get through all of my dolls. Now, that's my reborn baby type dolls. I'm not talking about like my fashion type dolls. But when I get through all of those, I will be using, until I get through with all of those, I will be using the hashtag featured doll and sharing with you the information about that doll. So I don't every time I come on tell you what sculpt it is, who sculpted it, who reborned it, I don't do that on an everyday basis. It's just when I'm doing the featured doll that I give you all the information. So that's, you know, I'm just kind of updating everybody on who's in the nursery, updating my papers, and stuff like that. So today's baby, the baby of the day, is my sweet little Bree. Isn't she adorable? I think she's just totally adorable. She's Mama's little baby. Yeah. She has painted hair. She has a beautiful little face. It's just a peaches and cream complexion. She's just adorable. So, about this baby. She is a Paradise Galleries baby. And she is called Baby Layla. And there is her picture. She is number C495. And she is a manufactured doll by Paradise Galleries. And I can't believe they don't have her sculpt artist on here. If I'd have known that, I'd have looked it up. I thought they put it on their papers, who sculpted them. Tell you what, guys, I will have it in the description, who her artist is. It just says, this is to certify that this doll is an authentic handcrafted edition from Paradise Galleries. Baby Layla is the work of a Paradise Galleries master sculptor. But it doesn't tell who the sculptor was. So I will look it up online on their website and see if they tell it there. And if they do, I will write it on here. So I will know the next time I do this. Because I like to be able to tell every now and then who the sculptors are. And stuff like that. But her name, okay, let me start at the beginning. I already had a reborn named Layla, and she was the reborn Layla kit. And so I left her name as Layla. Well, then when I got this baby from Paradise Galleries, her name was Layla. And so I didn't want to call her Layla because I already had a Layla. So what I did was I did leave her name Layla, but I gave her the middle name of Bree, and I call her by her middle name, Bree. So her name is Layla Bree, but I call her Bree by her middle name. So they will have to do, be called two different names. So this is my sweet little baby, Bree, and she is my baby of the day. Guys, my husband's outside mowing, so he may come in the front yard and come right by these windows. So the lawnmower may get loud. I'm go ahead and apologize for that. But, yeah, she's my baby of the day, and she's so sweet, and I just love her. I just love her so much. So that's the baby of the day. Now, the shout-out that I give, I said I'd shout out someone that is under 1,000 subscribers. That is because, hang on a minute. I'm doing that because I remember back before I reached 1,000 subscribers, and I would watch these bigger channels that I commented on and faithfully watched and all of that. I thought, if they would just give me a shout out, I'm sure I would get more subscribers, because they're people that likes watching them, because they shouted out a channel, would go and subscribe to that channel. So I remember feeling that way and wishing, you know, that I could get shout outs from channels that was, you know, had a lot of subscribers. So after I've reached my 1,000, actually, I have hit 3,000, and we're going to be having a giveaway. And there, you know, I'll give you more information on that later. But I mean, I've already put it out there that we was having a giveaway, but I'll mention it again a little later. But anyway, so I decided that here on Rockin' Rebecca that I would start giving people channels that I am subscribed to that has under 1,000 subscribers. Each Saturday I would shout one of them out. And I'm subscribed to quite a few channels, and you know, it's just, you know, there's no way I can watch everybody every day. I try to, you know, watch, you know, occasionally when I can. But I'm going alphabetical. In alphabetical order through my people I'm subscribed to, and the ones that are under 1,000 subscribers, you know, I'll shout out one each Saturday. So, for our shout out for today, if I can find my paper. For our shout out for today is, the channel is called Catherine Healy, is her channel name. She only has 186 subscribers. And at this point in time, she only does short videos. She does post occasionally on her community board, but she doesn't do long videos. Or she hasn't from the time I watched her this morning. All of her videos were shorts. And I did watch, you know, a couple of her videos, and they're very nice videos. And so if you are not subscribed to Catherine Healy, please go over and check out her channel and see if she would be someone you'd like to subscribe to. Give her some YouTube love. Let her know I sent you. I will have her link in the title of this video, so you can just click on it and get right to her channel. So, go check her out, guys. Trying to think if there was something else I was wanting to say before I got into my main part of what I'm going to be doing today. If you haven't seen my last video I put up yesterday afternoon, early evening. If you don't mind, go back and watch it. Sorry about the lawnmower. It was kind of funny. The video I did yesterday morning, I had mentioned in it that I had something coming and that I would do a video later, you know, the afternoon, sharing it with you when it come in. So I kept waiting and kept waiting and kept waiting, and it never did come in. And so Kay and Louisa from Our Cherished Cherubs put up a video yesterday afternoon, and so I went and watched their video. And I had to chuckle because it was kind of funny. Here I am waiting, anticipating, you know, my package to come in so I can share it with you. And so I watch Our Cherished Cherubs, and there sat Louisa. And she had a Build-A-Bear that she was going to share with us. And I thought, oh, I wanted to share mine, and it hadn't come in yet. I mean, the tracking said it was out for delivery. And so I kept watching the video. Her Build-A-Bear was a pig. They didn't get clothes with it. They just ordered the pig. And so they, went on showing her Build-A-Bear. And then Kay said that they didn't get the clothes. They're going to buy clothes a little later on for it. And that Louisa wanted to get some fairy clothes. A fairy dress for the little pig. So they could show it for Fairyland Friday. And I couldn't help but chuckle. I could not help but chuckle because here I am, sitting on pins and needles, waiting for the FedEx truck to come in so I can share mine. And what I shared was a Build-A-Bear. But my Build-A-Bear was the fairy cat. She has little fairy wings. And I bought her a fairy dress and some sparkly silver shoes to wear. And, yeah, I thought, this is so funny. Here I am, waiting on my package to come in so I can do Fairyland Friday and share my Build-A-Bear for Fairyland Friday. And here is Kay and Louisa talking about buying a fairy dress so Louisa can share her pig for Fairyland Friday. And I thought, oh my goodness, good minds work together, right? Yeah, it was so funny. So it was just hilarious, and I was so excited. But my package didn't come in. It did come in. It didn't come in until late. I kept waiting and kept waiting and kept waiting. And I like to get my shower kind of early evening, I like to have my shower by 5:30, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, in the evenings. And so I kept waiting and kept waiting. And it never did come. So I finally gave up and said, well, I'm going to go ahead and go take my shower. If it comes in and I have time, I will do a video after it comes in. And so I went and got my shower, got out, went to my computer to check the tracking to see if, it said whether it had delivered or not. And it said it was delivered. So I took off to the door, and there sat my package, and I looked up, and there was the FedEx truck leaving. I mean, they had just dropped it off when I got out of the shower. So I got it coming here and did it. Uh-oh, it went behind the door, Macy. I threw a toy and it went behind the door. I'm going to have to go get it. But it was, just kind of funny, that they had gotten a Build-A-Bear to share for Fairyland Friday, and here I was waiting on a Build-A-Bear to share for Fairyland Friday. It's behind this door, Macy. Mama's gonna get it just a minute. So that pretty much covers everything except for what I'm going to be doing for my topic today and sharing with you for small dolls and stuffies. Since I have to go get her toy. Did you see it? Did you get it? Did you get it? Where's it at? Alright, let me go find it. It must be up there on the shelf behind the door. I'm going to pause you while I'm doing this because it may take me a few minutes. I'll be right back. Alright. Here is my fairy cat from Build-A-Bear. Aww. It has little fairy wings. This is hooked to the stuffy itself. It's not on the dress. It's hooked to the stuffy itself. And then the little dress is a sparkly, they call it a fairy dress. It's sparkly up top. Then it has the little tutu. And then I got her the little clear and silver shoes. I think these are so cute. They are so cute. But I named her Caitlin because she's a cat, and I may call her Cat for short. You know, Caitlin, cat. So I just thought it went together. Might not make no sense, but it did to me. So I'm going to hold her. What I'm going to be doing for my topic today, or if you want to call it that, I am going to answer some questions from Alicia over at Binky's and Blanky's Nursery, which is the one that hosts the small dolls and stuffies. I thought it would be appropriate to do it here on Rocking with Becca, since I do her theme small dolls and stuffies. And so she has a she's calling a Dolly question and answer 2025. There's 10 questions concerning the doll hobby. So I have not read them all. I have watched her video and listen to her, you know, give the questions and answer them herself, but I can't remember, so I haven't like read them and decided how I was going to answer them. So we're doing it all together today, okay? Hopefully I can answer them. Hopefully I can answer them. Okay, so the question number 1 is, what is your name and the name of your channel? My name is Becca, and the name of my channel is Becca's Happy Place. And I named it that because my dolls and my nursery and my stuffies and my lovies and anything else that I have in that category is my happy place. So that's why I named my channel Becca's Happy Place. Question 2, how long have you had your doll YouTube channel? Now, if you go on to my doll channel and you go into my about, you know, where you can read what I've put in the about section, it will say that I've been on YouTube since 2013. But I haven't had my doll channel since 2013. I have 2 different channels. I have a craft channel and a doll channel. And I started my craft channel in 2013. And if you're interested in that, it's called the Becca JB. T-H-E, Becca JB. All one word, the Becca JB. And so I started my crafting hobby in my crafting channel in 2013. Because that both channels are connected to me, when you go into my doll channel, it shows that I've been on YouTube since 2013, because I have. But I did not start my doll channel until 2018. So how long is that? It's 2018. This is 2025. So that's 25, 26, 27 years. Huh? 5, 6, 7. 2018. 5, 6, 7. Yeah. 7 years. 7 years that I have had my doll channel. Love every minute of it. Love it. Okay. Question number 3. How long have you been collecting dolls, and what was your first doll? Do you still have your first doll? As a child, I loved dolls. Mom, you know, bought me baby dolls and Barbie dolls and, you know, just any kind of dolls I wanted that she could afford to buy. And no, I do not have my first doll. I got married when I was 16 years old, and of course, way before that, I think like when I was around 13 years old, I thought, well, you know, I'm too old for dolls now. I need to get rid of all of them. So I got rid of all of my childhood dolls. But since I've been doll collecting as an adult, I purchased one like what I had. It wasn't my first doll. I can't remember my first doll, because I've had dolls as far back as I can remember. But let me turn this. Let me turn it. It's easier for me to hold this way. But it's the little dancing ballerina girl that has the crown on her head. She has a little button in the middle, and you hold that button and she'll twirl around. She wears a pink tutu, or is that what it's called? Pink leotard, whatever they call it. She has pink tights, pink shoes, a pink, we called them bodysuits back in the day. You know, whatever you call them now. But I had found one on Mercari, and I wanted it as a reminder of the one that I had as a child. So I have purchased it. It's on display in my bedroom. And that's the only doll I have that represents the ones that I had as a child. So I do not remember my first doll, and I do not have any of the original dolls that I had as a child. Question 4. What style of collector are you? Interactive, or admire, or a mix, or something else? Now, she explained on her channel what she meant by that. I am mostly interactive. I am all the way interactive with my reborn, my baby type dolls, reborn type dolls. Now I do have dolls that I just interact with occasionally, like my American Girl, my Rainbow High, my Barbies. I have some Fisher Price 14-inch dolls. Oh, what all kind of dolls do I have? The ones that I'm going to share with you today. Boxy Girls. You know, Blythe dolls. I have Cabbage Patch dolls. All of those type dolls. I guess you can say I'm an admirer. I can't say admire. I admire them. I do change them occasionally. And I've been doing it more since I've been doing the Small Dolls and Stuffy collab with Alicia. And but they mainly just sit on my shelves, except if I change them for a theme or, you know, show them. But I don't really just like play with them, you know, change them often or anything like that. I'll change them for a theme, and then I set them back on my shelf, and that's where they stay until the next time I want to change them for a theme. But that is with my anything other than my reborn type dolls. But my reborn type dolls, my newborn, my reborn type dolls, whether they're manufactured or hand painted, authentic kits, if they're my babies, then I interact with a doll or two every day. And I rotate them. I try to rotate my dolls so they all get attention. And have a lot of dolls. And so it takes me almost 3 months to get back to that first one if I do just $1 a day. Now, once I get through doing the feature dolls, I will be going back to $2 a day, and it will only take me a little over a month to get through, you know, through it doing $2 a day. In my, you know, reborn type dolls. So yes, I guess I'm a mix because, like I said, my fashion type dolls just sits on the shelf unless I'm changing them for a theme. But my reborn type dolls, I interact every day with 1 or 2 dolls. So I guess you'd say I'm a mix. I do have a couple of manufactured dolls. I have an Ashton Drake and an Amazon doll that I don't interact with. I only change them occasionally. They sit in my curio cabinet, and I've told about them before. I won't go into that right now. All right, question number 5. Who is your dream doll? Now, I meant to look up the actual name of this doll, what they named it. It is a manufactured doll, yes. It's not an authentic reborn. It is a manufactured doll. It is a Babeside manufactured doll. If you know anything about the Babeside dolls, it is a silicone doll. I have a 16-inch silicone doll from Babeside that I totally love. It's full-bodied silicone, anatomically correct. It's a little boy. It's Caden. And I love that doll. I love the squishiness. I love everything about it. Except for that it just ain't big enough. But, I mean, that don't stop me from loving it and interacting with it. What I mean by it ain't big enough, I would love to have more of a, you know, actual newborn size, which it would be like their 18 or 20-inch dolls. Now, the last time I looked on their website, they only had one 20-inch, and I didn't really care for it because it just kind of had too much hair to be that age that it was representing. So I didn't care for that one. But they have some 18-inch full-body silicone, and there's one specifically I'd love to have, and I meant to look up its name so you could go check it out if you wanted to. Matter of fact, if I can remember, I will put a link to that particular doll in the description, if I can remember. I've already said I was going to put something else in the description, and I'll have to go back and watch my video to see what it was. But anyway, that right now, yes, it may sound funny, but that is my dream doll, is to have one of the full-body 18-inch silicone dolls from Babeside, because I love that silicone. It's the best. It's what I like. You know, I'm not saying it's the best quality, but it's what I like in the feel of a silicone doll. And I would love to have that particular doll. Like I said, I'll try to remember to put the link in the description so you can go look at it and see which one I'm talking about. So that's my dream doll at this point. I don't have any authentic reborn kits that I'm just craving to have to be called my dream doll at this point. I may later on, but I don't at this point. Okay, what is your favorite way to play with your dolls? Number one is I love changing their clothes. I love combing their hair if they have hair. You know, if they have the hair that you can comb, like on Bree, she had painted hair. so you can't comb it. But, you know, if they have hair, I like to comb their hair. I love to set and rock, just like I'm doing this stuffy here. I love to set and rock my dolls. I love to, I don't do the feeding part very often, but sometimes I like to. I just get a desire, I want to play like I'm feeding them. But the main thing is to change their clothes and to rock them. At night, when the day is all said and done, and we've got our showers, and we've had supper, and we sit down in our chairs at night to relax and watch videos and stuff, I have a doll with me every night, and I snuggle with that baby while I'm watching videos, and I love doing that. Love it. So that is, I don't know why I put that up. That's how I like to play with my dolls. Number 7, do you take your dolls out? Well, number 1 is I don't go anywhere except to the doctor. Now, when I was going out, like going shopping, I have taken Jada out a couple of times. Few times with me. I've always had good reactions when I did take it out. I wished I could get more comfortable with taking a doll out, because I would love to take a doll with me when I go to the doctor. I've watched, oh man, I can't even remember her name. I'm so sorry. My mind just went, Tilly. Hush, Macy. Hush now. Go lay down. I'm doing a video. Tilly has done videos and talked about that she takes the doll with her to the doctor, and how the nurses just loves that doll, and you know, and how they react over it and all. I just hadn't got to the place that I could do that. When I did take Jada out with me, I would take her in the car seat, and I would have it where I could, you know, cover her up if I got to feeling, you know, intimidated or feeling funny about it. You know, I could throw a blanket over the top of the carrier. I don't know. I just hadn't got to the place that I could comfortably take them out with me. Like I said, I have a few times with Jada when I was going out and about shopping and stuff. But I would love to get to where I could take them to the doctor with me. Okay, number 8. What is your main doll collection? My main doll collection is reborn or reborn type. I have quite a few that falls in the category of reborn or reborn type. I have 90-something dolls, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken. I may be mistaken. I can't remember exactly how many. I think it's 90. 3 months would be 90. Yeah. And I have over 90 because I said if I did $1 a day, it would take me over 3 months. Yeah. Whew. I have 90. I think it's 96 reborn type dolls. That includes manufactured and authentic reborns. Where do I put 96 dolls in here? That's a lot of dolls. My goodness, how did I get 96 dolls in this bedroom? I need 100, don't I? I need 100. I need to squeeze 100 in here. And then I need to stop because I have no more room. 96 dolls. Woo! Yeah. I think that's what it is. 96 reborn type dolls. That's a lot of dolls. That's a lot of dolls. I'm going to have to count them. You know, that's what my paper shows. That, well, my document on my computer shows is that I have 96 reborn type dolls. I am going to, when I get off here, I'm going to count them and see if I count 96 in here. I know 2 of them will be in my curio cabinet because they're included in the 96 if I'm not mistaken. No, they're not. They're under display dolls. They're not included in the 96. And all of my reborns are in here. I don't just, well, I do like for my decor with dolls. I might use one of my reborns for that. But I don't put them anywhere else. They're all in the nursery. That's amazing that I got them all in here in this one room. Whew. Okay. Number 9. What is your favorite thing about collecting? My favorite thing about collecting is the beautiful art of the doll, whether they're manufactured or authentic kits. They're just beautiful the way they just, even the manufactured dolls nowadays has got to where they look so realistic. Not as realistic as the authentic kits, but they do look realistic. I just love the art. And then I love the snuggling. There's something about holding a doll, sitting in my rocking chair or sitting in the living room in my recliner. It's just, it has a calming effect on me, and I just love it. Just love it. Love it, love it. All right, the 10th and the last question. Who was your first Dolly channel to watch? This one, oh, I just dropped the bottle. I cannot tell you. I don't know. That's been quite a few years ago. It's been, what, 7 years since I've been on collecting dolls? My very first reborn channel that I watched was a channel that my sister sent me the link to. I cannot tell you the name. I have wished and wished I could remember the name, so I could go back and see if that lady is still on YouTube, which she probably is not, because that was over 7 years ago. And you know, she was kind of an elderly lady, so I don't know. She may not still be on YouTube. Probably not. If she's even still, you know, alive. But my sister sent me a link to a reborn channel, and she said, I want you to watch this. And I said, okay. So I watched it, and it was of a lady that was sitting in her nursery, and it showed the baby bed. She was sitting in a rocking chair, but you could see the baby bed, and, you know, tell that it was a room made up like a nursery. You know, had the baby bed and everything in it. And she was sitting there with a reborn, and, you know, I don't even know what she was talking about, because when I seen that, and I seen she had such a realistic doll, and I seen that she had her, you know, the nursery made up like it was a real baby, I said, that is so ridiculous. I texted my sister, and I told her, I said, that is ridiculous for a grown woman to have a doll and to fix up a nursery like it's a real baby. That is just totally ridiculous. And so I didn't watch that channel, and I didn't watch that channel as a regular watching it. I just watched it that one time when my sister sent me the link to it. Well, I forgot about it. It was a couple of years before I started collecting reborns that, I had seen that and told my sister that. So I can't remember that channel name. And then when I actually started collecting and started looking up YouTube channels with reborns, I cannot remember the name of the channel that I first started watching. You that can, that is awesome. Of course, unless you've just started YouTube and watching them, then naturally you'd be able to remember. But this has been 7 years ago when I started watching YouTube channels about reborns, and there's no way that I can remember what that first channel was. There's no way I can remember. So anyway, that is my answers to the questions. This here is my sweet little Caitlin. And now I want to show a couple of dolls for small dolls and stuffies, and then I'm going to get off of here because it's pretty long already. These two dolls are display dolls. They are called Madam Alexander. Yeah, Madam Alexander dolls. And I purchased these two dolls, this one and the one I'm going to show you in a minute, from Little Ohana, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I could be mistaken because I had a doll that was gifted to me by my friend Tanya that every time I showed it, I said I had gotten it from Little Ohana. And I didn't. She was gifted to me by my friend Tanya. But this one, I'm almost positive these two I purchased from Little Ohana. And I will try to remember to put her link in the description. It may take me a little while to get these links in the description because of the fact that I'm probably going to have to go back and rewatch my video after I get it uploaded. And as I'm listening to it, and I say I'm going to put something in the description, stop and put it in the description. But isn't she gorgeous? She's just a little, I don't know, she may be 12 inches. She's not very big, but she is just, she has such beautiful details. She's just a gorgeous doll. I love her. I've never changed her clothes. She's just a display doll, but I think she's beautiful. It ain't going to be long. I'm going to have to take their clothes off of them and wash their clothes. They're beginning to look dusty. But I've never changed their hairstyle from the way it was when I got them from Little Ohana. I just think they're adorable. I love them. She is so pretty with her little braids. So that's one small doll. And then they're both of them, their eyes close when you lay them down. Here's the other one. Isn't she adorable? Just look at that little face. Look at her little shoes. Yeah, it won't be long. I'm going to have to take their clothes off and wash them because they just sit on my shelf. And, you know, something that's just sitting there is going to collect dust. And so I'm going to have to wash their clothes not too long from now. But I think she's just adorable. Just look at that beautiful face. She's just gorgeous. But this is one of the dolls that I just admire. Like I said, I've never changed their clothes. They're just like they were when I got them from Erica over at Little Ohana. And I think they're just adorable. I love them. And so I will go put them back on the shelf when I get through with this video. And just admire them when I go in my bedroom. And she's just adorable. They both are. I love their little faces. So that does it for our Rocking with Becca today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. I sure have enjoyed making this video. I've enjoyed sharing my small dolls and stuffies with you. I've enjoyed sharing Brie with you. I've enjoyed doing the shout out and answering the questions. I've enjoyed it all. I hope you've enjoyed it. But I'm gonna get off of here hopefully before this turns to an hour, which is not very long away, few minutes. So I'm gonna let you all go. I hope you all have a great rest of your Saturday, a great weekend. Hope you get rested up and ready for your new week starting. I call it Monday starting the week, because Saturday and Sunday is the weekend to me, you know, so Monday starts the new week. To me. I know on the calendar Sunday is the first day of the week, but anyway, I'm going to let you all go. And I love you all. Thank you for stopping by. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.